Hey guys, Aggro Ninja here, and welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters on the Void Hunters SMP. If you can't tell, we're introducing a brand new Minecraft skin. This is part of a multi-stage process of updating our branding across all of our platforms. So definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump in today's episode. We're going to get things kicked off by taking a quick tour, see what we've been up to since the last episode and all the vault madness we've been involved in. So we have added quite a bit to our vault gear collection. Most of this is lower level, so we probably won't use too much of the gear except for transmog, so we can put our full sets of armor in our armory, which I can't wait to continue to work on as well as expand. We have also added quite a few relic fragments to our collection. I'm hoping by the end of the episode we can put one or two of the relics together, as well as get some of the relic pedestals that you can craft to display them on. We'll just have to see. I'll need to do a bit of research because I'm not sure exactly how those work. We have continued to add to our personal ore collection, except for bennies. All of our bennies until the last vault or two have been going back into community stores to replace the ones we've used. Our gem collection has continued to grow, which we may use a few of those in this episode. We'll just have to see. We also have a couple of pogs and a few other random bits that I'm not sure what they do. I do want to start going forward, learning a bit more about the vault system and ways that we can learn how to use things effectively, because we don't want to keep doing things the most basic way. We want to make sure we're optimizing our ores and getting as many as possible so we can get a little deeper into our mods. Over here we have a ton of vault crystals. We spent about an hour crafting 18 level 21 vault crystals. You can see we've used a couple of those already, and I plan to use up probably this entire row at least till we get to level 23. I'm thinking every 2 levels we'll stop, take an hour or so, and craft up a whole bunch of crystals. Between the ones we use from the community as well as our own, that should keep a pretty decent supply. This is probably the most vault crystals I've had at one time. I am happy to have them and happy to share them. We have also crafted an entire new set of vault gear. And we're using the Power Transmog, which we got that from unlocking the mod, except for our shield. There isn't a shield transmog, so we just got this coconut shield, which I thought was funny. We can go ahead and throw all this on so you can see what our stats are currently at. So we go ahead and pull up our stat window. And with all our gear on and our sword slotted, does that affect it? No, it doesn't. Okay, just making sure, because technically it does have attack damage, but I think it reads what's in that first slot. Not sure how that works exactly. I know if we have other weapons, specifically maybe it's vault weapons, it plays with the numbers a little bit, so that doesn't seem to be affecting it. But one of the big reasons why we had to completely rebuild our armor setup is we were taking way too much damage once we cracked level 20 and started running higher level vaults. And we were starting to die a lot, which is unfortunate. And I really feel bad for people that were having to run with me, and we died like 2 or 3 times in a row. So we took like 30 minutes and we completely rebuilt our gear. And now our defense moved from like 11% to 48%. Our hearts are about the same. We may have one additional heart. I think we were running 28, 29 hearts. We now have 30 with this setup, and we have 56.2 damage. And I can just scroll through and you can take a look at some of these other stats. I don't really have them written down or keeping track of what they were before. Maybe I should. I don't know. Definitely let me know if that's something you would like, a more deeper comparison from episode to episode, or at least when we kind of switch out major elements of our gear. I can definitely start doing that. Our weapon. So we went back to a sword. I was having a lot of bad luck with the axe because it doesn't have that knockback. That knockback is really nice because it kind of helps keep a lot of the bulk easy mobs pushed off of you, especially the little fast dudes. Those are not fun to deal with. And we also have comparable attack damage now. So we have a level 20 sword with 14 base attack damage, and it has additional 5.5 attack damage. So it's a pretty good sword. Running level 21 vaults, I can 1 and 2 hit most mobs. I can 2 and 3 hit the tier 2 mobs. So it's pretty good. I really like this combination. And you can kind of see here's an update on our experience, damage dealt, damage taken, how many mobs we've unlived, and blocks mined in the vaults, trapped chests looted, and we've crafted 58 crystals. And we've ran 92 total vaults. Wow, we've completed 30, survived 34, and we have failed 28. And a solid 10 of those are in the last 15 runs or so. I don't know, that might be a bit drastic, but it's definitely a lot. And if we look at our vault history and go to favorites, you can see we've had a couple really good vaults. So we did a level 25 and we got 9,700 XP from that. We've done a couple level 20s, and this level 10, for some reason, we've recently done this, gave us almost 12,000 XP. Pretty insane. That's our most XP we've gotten from a vault. And that pretty much wraps up where we're at with our stats. If we go back into that window one more time, I just want to take a quick peek at our abilities. I need to start doing a better job of keeping track of what we're unlocking, and we're going to do that moving forward. We may even bring it up on the screen, we'll just see. But we're currently sitting at Vein Miner is unlocked at just level 1. We have Dash at level 1. We have Heal at level 3. And we have Hunter, which is a new unlock. I think this is the only new ability unlock. Potentially Vein Miner, but I think we unlocked that in the last episode. I don't remember. As far as talents, we did unlock Strength 2, and you'll see we have 5 unspent skill points. That's because we want to unlock Speed 2 next, which costs 6. So we need 1 more skill point, and I have a plan for that. Lastly, Research, we have not unlocked any additional mods, and I don't know if we will in this episode. We'll just have to see. We're running kind of low on bennies. I don't plan to do any vaulting before we end this episode, and I don't want to use any more from the community storage. So we will probably just work with what we got for today. But what we're going to work on now is crafting our first skill orb. I think we have everything we need to do this, and that will get us to level 6. And we can unlock Speed 2. So I did grab everything we would need to craft our first skill orb. So excited. We're going to go ahead and craft up the extraordinary Benny that we need, which is going to take up all of our Benny except for the ore. We do not have a whole lot of Benny. So we now have an extraordinary Bentonite. And I think, we need to grab our skill shards from our backpack. So we have been collecting these skill shards, except for our first few vault runs where we were just dumping everything into community storage. We have been collecting skill essence and haven't used any of it. And we have 22 skill essence and 9 shards worth. It takes a really long time to get these. They're definitely not as easy as the knowledge essence. We have over 200 of those, and we need to actually break those down, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to get back on tap. So we now have our 8 skill shards. We're going to go ahead and craft the skill orb, and I believe we just right-click this, and there we go. As easy as that, we now have 6 unspent skill points. So let's go back into our skills, and we're going to tab over to, I believe that, what is that, talent, and then speed and unlock. We now have constant speed 2. Oh, that's going to be very nice. Very, very nice. I wonder if it helps with our dash. Oh, woo! Let's not crash. All right, so this will definitely help with our vault running. It will speed us up, so hopefully we can get to more loot, which means more ores and more knowledge essence, all the good things. And that reminds me, if we go back into our skills, when we unlock Hunter, we set it to living chest because my focus is getting as much knowledge essence for unlocking mobs as possible. Eventually we might set it to objective. We can use regret chunks, or regret orbs I should say, to kind of reset it and then put it back on something else. But for now, we're going to leave it on living. I think that is enough vault stuff for now. It's time that we finish up the exterior of our core structure. So for one more time, let's hit super fast build mode. I am so happy with how this tower is turning out. Everything from our base to the middle section to the very top segment that we just finished. Everything has just came together very nicely. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you have any suggestions or ideas, I want to know those as well, because we will continue to make little tweaks and changes here and there. Like we flip this spruce around into a grid. We may play around with some texturing. We'll just have to see. I'm really happy with how it looks as is. I put a lot of work into the design of this tower. As I've mentioned before, this is an Aggro Ninja original. We didn't copy an existing build. We put this together ourselves. And it's one of the most complex builds I've done, especially the depth. There's a lot of depth to this build, and it was really hard to replicate this from the single player world using nothing but scaffolding and wings. But I did add free cam as an additional mod. So we're gonna pop into that for just a moment, just so you guys can get a better look at the tower. So we are now in free cam, and we'll just fly around here so you can kind of see. And there's definitely a better shot of the top. So you can see this final phase probably took the longest, because not only is it the most blocks we've used so far, but it's also goes out quite a bit. It is not fun to build up and out. I died at least 5 times. I'm not gonna lie. The first 2 sections, we didn't die at all in the first phase. The second phase, I think we died once, twice at most. But when we started on this section, we died no less than 5 times. And we can go ahead and kind of just fly in here. You can see where we've added these little spruce segments. I think it's a really nice touch. And as I mentioned, we have not started on the interior at all. It is just a shell, so we have a lot of work left in front of us. But we got some really cool things that we can do. I'm gonna leave some of the top pretty open just because of the design. It just, in itself, looks really good. So we'll probably put a couple floors of rooms up at the top is my plan. We have a lot of space to work with. These are 11 by 9 areas, and then this middle section is even bigger than that. So let's go ahead and fly on out of here. We'll give you one more shot of the exterior. I'm sure you guys seen that from the time lapse, but it is turned into quite the build. I really am happy with this. We've got some additional plans, so we're gonna put some additional structures that I've already started thinking about around our tower. We'll probably clear out some additional trees. We're gonna try to get some more of these really tall trees to grow. We'll just have to see. I have a lot left in store. When I build, I usually build my structure first, and then I move into terraforming and making the area around it fit the build. So we will start working on those kind of elements in the next few episodes. But for now, I think we are done with building. Let's head back to the community area and the scare floor specifically, because there's a few things that I want to work on so we can improve our vaulting capabilities. So now that we're back over at the community center, or should I say the scare floor, I wanted to show you guys something I forgot to update you guys on, and you may have caught a glimpse of it earlier, but me and Arctic finished cleaning this area up. So we covered up all the exposed blocks and open world with the tough pallet, and we moved some things around. So now the small smelter's over here. We also expanded the lava farm, although it looks like we missed a lava bucket, which I think we have some buckets on us. We can fix that real quick. But essentially, just to show you guys what's going on, we have create pipes coming out the bottom of the cauldrons, because that's the only thing that I could find that would attach to the cauldrons, going into a create fluid tank, which has 288 buckets, if I'm reading that right. And then there is some of my piping coming out of that into a fluid cell, so we can right click and get lava really easy from here, and it fills back up from here. Or we can swap it out with our fluid cell we have over at our base if we need to restock. So, and then it would fill back up pretty much instantly. So we're able to provide the community with a better lava source, as well as lava for our machines. Let's go ahead and fix this one that's not correct. It'll take but a moment. All right, and then we'll put the glass back, and now our lava farm is fixed. We did have Rogue help us with this, because he's one of the 2 that has create unlocked, so he set up the create bits for us. So definitely appreciate the help with that. But what we're going to do now is look at crafting a Vault Pickaxe. Now, you'll notice there is a bunch of machines over here. One of these we use to modify our armor. So like if I don't have any more armor on me, We can put our armor in here. You can remove and add modifiers, or you can reforge all of them, which is typically what we do because it's what we have the most of. And this is where I drop off all of the focuses and vaulting plates that I find while vaulting. That's pretty much the only one of these machines I've used, except the transmogrification table. Ooh, I went for it. And this is what we do to take our armor and turn it into other variations that we have unlocked, which it costs bronze to do. This also costs bronze, so definitely get all of that from the vaults we can. We also use this machine, so any leftover vault stuff you don't want, you can run it through the diffuser, and it gives you the soul essence that's used with things like the black market and a few other things. Didn't really mean for this to turn into another explanation of things that we do. What we want to look at right now is this tool vise. If you guys have any additional questions and I didn't explain things properly, just drop a comment and I will definitely get to that. But the tool vise is what we're going to be looking at the moment. What we want to do is actually, no, we don't need the tool vise. What we need are 3 driftwood and 3 vault ingots. And we are going to craft a vault pick. Now there are some changes that are happening. We actually need 2 of these to the picks. So I'm hoping we'll be able to continue to use this. And we may have to craft a few of these, because basically what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out. We get a vault pick, and then we can put it, I think it's in the vault forge. No, this is not the correct weapon. The vault tool vise. So yes, this machine we did mean to come mess with. We are going to we need to grab some chromatic. Is that steel ingots? Oof. Do we have any of those on us? Yes, we have some. We'll take some of our ingots. We'll put those in there, and then we can add stuff to them. And you can see there's like a chant. So obviously, the more stuff you add, I think this goes down. So reach, mining speed 1 to 3. That might be useful. What does that do? So let's do durability, mining speed. What does copiously do? I'm curious to know what that does. We'll go ahead and add it. We're out of something. We're at steel. We got a little bit more. I really want a little bit more. Oh, we got mining speed. We got, I'm not sure how this is looking, so let's take a look at it now. We got durability, mining speed. So 15, oh, that's pretty good actually. Has a chance of getting an extra, oh, ooh, we want all of that we can get. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Let's see, do we have any over here? Oh yeah, we got plenty of chromatic steel. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Just want a couple. We're just gonna add a little bit more copious to it. So let's put our pick back in the tool vise. We're gonna go ahead and hit copious again. Ooh, it uses silver scrap 16. We have silver scrap, I believe. Have we not been? Well, now we know that we need to start getting the silver scrap from the vaults. now we know what that's used for. So let's go ahead and grab a bit. No, that's vault silver. Silver scrap is right here. We will use a little bit of this because this is something that we've probably added and not used any of because I didn't know what it was used for. We're down to 75%. We're gonna hit it. Ooh. So we got 2 plus 2.1%. Decent mining speed. I think we're going to roll with that and see what that does for us. So essentially, I completely forgot to enchant our pick. So we now have Silk Touch, Efficiency, and Unbreaking on our pick. I also discovered that we have these jewels, and I only have one decent one down in our collection that we can use. And I'm not sure how to add these. So let's take a moment and look at a few things. So we have Tool Vise, Vault Forge. Maybe the Tool Vise is where you do it. I don't think so. Oh, it would help if we grab the right pick. Yeah, that just modifies the tool. vault art. Maybe you do it with a vault anvil. So let's try doing that and then applying the jewel. Ah, and it costs 1 enchantment. So let's look in our backpack. We do keep bottles of enchantment on us. We just need a little bit. Throw those on the ground. That should get us where we need. Now let's try that one more time. And the jewel we're adding says it adds quick. I don't even know what that means. So we now have quick. I'm assuming it speeds it up, makes it mine faster. Doesn't really show anything. Increases your pickaxe minus by 25%. I will take that. Wow, I'm liking this pick. All right, so what we're gonna do now, I have everything on us that we need to craft 3 of our thermal series extruders. And we're gonna use these to start gathering up resources passively for ourselves as well as our community. So anybody that's watching this, if you want to stop by the tower after this video is posted, these will be available. I'm going to set it up to farm Basalt, Blackstone, and Cobbled Deepslate. So those 3 blocks for now. I don't know if we'll get to setting them up in this episode, but we're going to go ahead and craft the machines. And this required Ninja to do math. We know how that usually goes. So let's see if we got all our numbers right. So we're going to craft these redstone servos first. We need 3 of these bad boys. And then we need this tinted glass, which is regular glass surrounded by amethyst shards. And we do need to get 12 of those out of our backpack. I forgot to grab those, and we should have a whole bunch of them in here. I'm not seeing them. I know there they are. I know they're in there. So now we should be able to craft this tinted glass, and we actually are going to have more than we need. Nope. Yep, we do. It made 2. I did the math for 1. Oh, well. And then we need these constant gears. Oh, we need to grab some Larimar, and we'll just grab a few from here. There's a whole bunch in here. Since we are going to put this to community use, we'll use a little bit of community stuff here. So there's 1, 2, and now 3. And the last thing we need is these very expensive machine frames. Luckily, we didn't have to use any bennies for any of this because we would have been struggling because we have like 5 bennies to our name. We got plenty of Larimar though. And now we can craft our 3 extruders. Oh, we did not have enough chromatic steel iron. I think I used everything that I have. So we're just going to grab 3 from community. See there, Ninja messed up math. As usual, I expected it. And we messed up again. How are we 1 short? Thought I grabbed 3. And there we go. There is 3 Igneous Extruders. So now we're going to head back to our base and look at setting these up. So we now have our extruders set up. And if we right click one of these, you can see that this one is producing Basalt, this one is producing Blackstone, and this one is producing Cobbled Deepslate. And I just realized these can take augmentations. I'll have to look into that. We may be able to increase the capacity of what these things can produce. We've also pre-installed an item pipe. We do need to grab our wrench and set these to export. I don't know where it's currently at. It's not a big deal because we're gonna get our friend Short Zelda, who's on the server, who has the storage drawers unlocked, or sophisticated storage as it's called on this mod pack. And we're gonna plop down one on each of these with one stack upgrade so we can get a whole bunch of this farmed up instead of using chests. I think that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we'll have that done before the next episode and people can start using these resources. But for now, we're going to head back to the scare floor one last time because we have one last thing we want to knock out before we go ahead and wrap today's episode up. So we're back over at the scare floor for one last time this episode. And basically I was going through our relics, and we had enough with taking a few pieces from the community share, so everybody has extra they dump down there. So we had enough to do one relic fragment. So we got all 5 pieces, which I think is what's needed. But we need to craft one of these relic pedestals. And unfortunately that requires 2 extraordinary Beniite. So we are completely out of, we have 3, but we have these ores right here. So we're gonna plop these down. And I have to admit something, in the last episode, I used so many bennies and I smelted them because I'm a modded player and I'm a little reliant on my mods sometimes. And when I looked in JEI at the bentonite, I didn't see a way to get these other than smelting them. I didn't even think about using fortune on them. So you could actually use fortune on these and get a whole bunch. So I wasted a whole bunch. Hopefully nobody's too mad, but we're going to go ahead and get these. I don't feel like it gave us maybe 2 extra ones. Don't seem like a lot. That's not even enough to... It's 2 perfect bentonite. We may not have enough bennies. Let's grab everything we got. We got those, and then we need to grab those. I really don't want to use any community at all, but we may have to. Then we have to go back to putting them back into the community storage. That's going to give us enough for 1, so we are going to unfortunately need to grab a few because this is just enough for 1 extraordinary Benny. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to go get enough for 1 more. I think that is 1, 2, 16 that's needed. Yeah. So now we owe the community storage another 16 bennies. And we need 2 stone, which we have, and we also need some smooth stone. So let's go look upstairs to see if there's any smooth stone. So I did find some smooth stone, so we're going to go ahead and craft this up. Let's go back to Relic Pedestal. Now we're going to craft that Relic Pedestal, and we're going to head back downstairs to our vault area. And I think what we're going to do is just put it along this back wall for now until we expand. So we're just going to plop it right there, lined up with those. And do we just shift click these over? I'm not sure how these work. So there's, okay, so it has an interface. So we're going to do this one. And we should have all of the components. And then assemble relic, click to assemble. Nice. We got our first relic. Ooh, so exciting, guys. So exciting. Okay, I think for today, that's about going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's go ahead and get things wrapped up. As always, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions or feedback, please leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. This is Aggro Ninja, and that's a wrap.